Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real to Real 360. KYs.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real to Real 360 show. Let's get it in. We do the knowledge of wisdom so you can understand. Real to Real 360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace. Peace to Allah's mighty 5% nation, the gods and earth, to all the human families of the planet Earth. I bid you a love, peace, and happiness. High salute. I am DJ KY's Allah, a.k.a. Kato, the black superhero. Welcome to the Real to Real 360 show. Well, listen, y'all, we got a hot one right here. And without no further ado, we're going to get right into it. We are blessed and ready. All right, so I'm going to bring on my co-host with the most. Y'all know who he is, none other than my brother.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this time?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
Who am I?
Joshua Miller Law.
I can't hear you.
Joshua Miller Law, Mr. PhD.
Peace, peace.
Peace to all our followers, likers, and subscribers. Thank you for tuning in. Today is a double header for us. Matter of fact, it's the third inning. Earlier today, we showed you the clip of the interview with M. Cali. Just finished up with an amazing interview with the married couple of Southern Soul. And we're going to end it right now with the diva of Southern Soul, Miss Monique.
Good evening, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Good, fellas.
Oh, man. Been anticipating this right here.
I'm wonderful, wonderful, and blessed,
That's great. That's great. Can you give our audience a little background on who Miss Monique is?
Well, I'm just a Southern girl from South Florida originally. I now reside in Atlanta, Georgia. Of course, I've always been into music, started out singing in church like most of us have, and transitioned at a young age, singing in bands, singing at, gospel activities, singing in weddings, performing in bands and things of that nature. And then I just started doing my soul and blues thing. And now here I am doing it full time and just loving it, just loving life,
Right. Now, when did you start singing professionally?
Well, I started singing professionally at the age of 15, if you want to say when I started getting paid to sing. At the age of 15, I started, singing in the clubs. Really wasn't supposed to be in there, but I was. And then I started to, sing. I can say this. When I was in college, I was given the privilege to be at the church of Shirley Caesar. She was my pastor. So that was my first real experience around professional artistry, was with Shirley Caesar. And then I came to Atlanta, Georgia, started singing background with Sir Charles Jones. And from there, I started doing my own thing, singing Southern Soul. And that's when I put my first album out in 2005, which was Soul Sessions Chapter 1. And then it kind of took on a life of its own at that point.
Now, how was you discovered by Sir Charles?
Well, initially, when I was in South Florida, I guess it was around like maybe 2000 when I was down in South Florida. I had gotten a record deal. I forgot about this part. I got a record deal with Universal, and it was for house music, right? So dance music, house music. So at that point, when I got the record deal, it was not for the type of music that I really wanted to do, but it was music. It was still me. But the song never really came out commercially. They came from London and they did a big music video for the song, but the song never came out commercially because it was in competition with a huge artist by the name of Kylie Minogue. So the label was like, well, if it's going to come down to this artist or this artist, who's going to put the money behind? So guess what? It was Kylie Minogue. So then at that point, I decided to come to Atlanta to pursue my soul and blues career. And I had heard a song on the radio by the name of "Is Anybody Lonely?" So, and I never, so at that point, I said, this music is a little different. I never heard that style of music before. So when I moved to Atlanta, people were telling me about this guy named Sir Charles. So ironically, I was singing at this club in Atlanta, and they knew of Sir Charles. They had been familiar with Sir Charles and his music. So they hooked me up with him, and so we started doing some recording together. And eventually that led to me singing background for him, and me working in the studio, writing with him and things like that. So that's how I really started singing background with him, was by me doing some recording in the studio with him. And so then at that point, I started writing on my own album. And so then, like I said, it just took a life on its own at that point.
Okay. With coming from the type of music that you were singing and coming into Southern Soul, what was it about actually Southern Soul itself that say, this is the genre for me, this is where I want to be? It wasn't a genre where you was able to express yourself the way you wanted to, or just how did that go?
Well, I could just say this, no doubt about it, that Southern Soul and Blues was a home for me. It was a music that it afforded me the opportunity to not have to put on any false pretenses, for me to not have to seem any type of way except for myself. I could be real, I could be transparent.
Mhm.
If I was going through something, falsify my age, I didn't have to do any of that with this style of music or this genre of music. And there were people out there in the world that I know that needed me to talk about my life, that needed me to talk about my struggles in life. There were women that were my age that were going through similar things that needed to hear a word from me. So it was a no-brainer for me. It was a lifesaver for me, which I knew it would be a lifesaver for many other people. And I do believe to this day that even back then I said, this music needs to be heard more. I don't understand why the large corporations won't put more money into this genre, because I feel like this music can save people from committing suicide and doing crazy things, because they need to know and understand that life goes on, that they can go through things and they can come out on the other side because somebody else has gone through this. But mainstream music makes you believe that everything has to be about making all this money and buying at the bar and all these things, and everybody is rich and balling. And the fact is that not everybody is doing that. Not everybody is living that life. People are living real life out here. People are going through real things with their children and their families. And so this music allows people to sing and talk about these things, and also to know that there's a resolve of that also. So yeah, so that's what I loved about this genre of music. It was just a no-brainer about it. I love it. I don't have to be anything else except Miss Monique, and that's what I love about it.
Now, when did you start writing music, ma'am? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Ms.
I
Monique.
can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Um, when did you start writing music?
started writing music ever since I can remember. I believe at the time when I was in college, I probably had already written songs at that time. Um, so yeah, at that time I was already writing songs then. So, but I could still go back on my copyright and find papers of songs that I wrote back then. So, but as far as getting like really, really serious about writing, or even serious about writing for, and maybe pitching them to other artists, that probably didn't come about until, probably in the mid to late 2000s is when I probably thought about pitching them to other artists. So, and still to this day, I still, write artists. I haven't really landed anything yet of substantially on any major artists, but I'm still seeking to do that. So yeah, I still do pride myself on being a songwriter in that regard, to write for other people as well. So yeah.
Now, you have a song with Miss Millie Jackson. How did that collaboration come about?
Mhm.
How did that
Okay,
collaboration?
the song is Mr. That
Mhm.
came about because the song is Mr. Do Right, and that was on my first album. And I said, I said, well, this song it talks about a woman finding the right man, the do right man. That's a perfect man for herself, that's going to take care of the kids and get your hair and nails done. So I said, I want somebody to come in on this song that's going to kind of give a real perspective and put it in perspective to those women who kind of need to understand, even though I'm saying that I want a Mr. Do Right, still being realistic to know that there is really no such thing as a Mr. Do Right. We still really have to understand that there's no perfect man in this world. So I said, you know what? The perfect person for this song would be somebody that's going to talk a little shit on this.
Mhm.
So I knew some people that knew some people that knew some people, and they knew Millie Jackson. And Millie Jackson happened to be someone who, at the time, she had a radio station that was airing out of Dallas, I believe, and she was playing my music. Matter of fact, that I have a song on my first album called Single Mama, and the song she used to play it on her show, and the song came out right before Fantasia had her song called Single Mama. I don't even know how that happened, but anyway, Millie was talking about that song with some other people, and she was saying that she liked the song, and so anyway, so that's kind of how that connection was made with she and I. So they thought it was a great idea that she and I work together as well. So I asked her, would she come in and just kind of do what she does? And she really was like so nice and so sweet. And she came in and she just did what she does. And I mean, I was so nervous. Oh my God, I was so nervous because everybody thinks, okay, Millie Jackson, and she's gonna be, oh my God, and I definitely was so, I was shaking. But the lady was so sweet. She was so sweet, and she just said, baby, what you need me to do, and she did it, and she ripped it. I mean, and she came and gave that real feel, holy feel talk to women, like ain't no such thing as a do right man. And if he doing right, he ain't looking at you, so you need to get your together, blah, 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 and don't be looking for no man to do, because you need to get, and she put it down on it. So that's how it came about with me and Miss Millie Jackson. So, and we talked about it at that time of doing something else together too. So I don't know, hopefully one of these days, hopefully if she's seeing this, hopefully she may call me or something like that, and we can go ahead on and get that little second song going. You know what I'm saying? We need to get that second song going. But yeah, so it
Definitely.
was an honor and a privilege to work with her. So sweet.
All right, Kay. You had a question?
Yeah,
Kay, you
actually,
had a question?
a question before we get into the song. You mentioned earlier about doing background singing at first. Now, we never asked this question, so this is going to be the first time I ever asked it. How was it becoming a background singer, being able to sing on stage or performing where people saw you for the first time as a backup singer? What was going through your mind when you was like, wow, I'm actually doing this? You know, we always ask the artists when they up front, but when you talked about the background, because I want to ask that from a background singer's perspective.
Well, honestly speaking, I'm a professional, right? And so I don't look at it any differently. I'm a person who doesn't have an ego. I background, front ground, whatever. I'm there for the artist. Charles is a wonderful artist. I respect him as a man, as an artist, as a professional, and whatever he needed me to do, I was going to do it 200%. It didn't matter. So I'm going to give it my all in all. It didn't matter. It's not about Miss Monique. I was my own artist even then, but it didn't matter because I was singing background for him. And we always joked around and we always say it's singing in the background because that's what we do. We background for whomever is singing that lead. And it's about them at that time because Charles was a background singer for Marvin Cease. So singing in the back, this thing, he does his thing. So I still sing background in my band for whoever is singing lead at that time. I don't have an ego. It's about getting the job done and doing what you have to do when it's your time to shine. And that's just what it is. You do 200%. And, you know, if you can't be a great background singer, you can't be a great lead singer. That's just it. That's it.
All right. Well, here we go.
Let's get it.
Mr. Do Right. Here we go, featuring Millie Jackson. Let's go.
Yeah, girl, I met this dude the other day. I mean, he was looking good, riding good, and he was even smelling good. But that don't mean a thing if he ain't gonna do right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on, this might be him right here. Hello? Oh, you thought that was him, did you? Listen, let me tell you. What is your problem? You little young girls gotta understand. Ain't gonna be no such thing as a do-right man. I don't even know what Aretha was thinking about when she made the song. She couldn't have wrote it. Don't be talking about gimme. Can I have my nails, my hair? If you can't fix your own hair and do your own nails, you ain't gonna get no do-right man. I tell you how to find this Mr. Do-Right. Get you some do-right money. Take care of your do-right self, and I guarantee you everything will be right. Because if it ain't right, you can buy it right. Got it? Are you Mr. Do-Right? Tell me if I'm wrong. Don't wanna be wasting time to get the things I want. I require quality attention and a good listener, boy. Not to mention, you can take me shopping, stay. Girl, get what you want. Offer to get my hair and nails done so I can stay on point. Are you Mr. Do-Right? The man I don't need from. I need a Mr. Do-Right. Don't want another temporary lover to pass the time. Want something to look permanent so I can call on mine. Now I gotta keep it real. Especially if I'm gonna let you in. I wanna be loved now, but do you wanna love me? Tell me how you miss me too. And I've been waiting so it's all around and he's all right. I got another call. You're not the only person to call me. Hello?
Hey, baby.
Oh, hi.
Can you talk?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, can I put you for a second?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mr. Do Right after all, huh? Mr. Do Right now. Gonna tell me about the money, Mr. Do Right. Oh, I'm gonna keep on saying this. Mr. Do Right, 'cause I done been at Mr. Do Right.
ladies and gentlemen, that's Miss Monique featuring Millie Jackson, Mr. Do Right. Now, who was the producer for that track? 'Cause that music was smooth. Who was the producer for that track?
Producer who produced actually the whole album is Frank. Yeah, Frank McKinney. Frank McKinney out of Atlanta, Georgia. He produced the entire album amazingly. We did that album, and I would say probably not even 2 weeks. Like it was amazing how we did that whole album in not even 2 weeks. Yeah.
Wow. Now, since you've been in the music industry professionally as a lead singer, as a solo artist, what are some of the things that is more challenging for you when it comes to the business? Is it the marketing because you're an independent artist? If you're pushing your own music, how much is it important for you to constantly invest in yourself and have a team around you that believes in your vision?
Okay, can you reword that again? You were cutting out a
Okay.
little bit. You saying what's the
Okay.
most challenging?
What is the most challenging for you when it comes to the music business today, being a solo artist?
I would say that yes, it definitely is challenging being independent because you do not have the resources that a major label would give to you. The financial support, though even though it may not take a lot of money to do it because we have internet, and so it but it does become to be that you have to have hands. So if you don't have the hands, then you have to have finances to be able to get the hands to be able to do certain things. So if you're only one person, and for so long that was me, the background, the front ground, and everything around, it does get difficult. So I'll say, if anything, yeah, that definitely gets to be a little challenging at times. However, you know, when you know what you know, and you know that eventually, if you continue to do what you do, that eventually it will work because you know I've had some great people. I have had some great people that have come in my life and in my world, in my circle, that have say blessed me, and have say let me sow into your life, let me sow into your career, and do whatever I can do to assist you because I see your vision. I see that whatever I can do, I'm going to do it to help you along the way. And so with that said, whatever little bit that they can do, it does help. So it's a label situation going on. It could happen a little faster, but it's okay because this is my journey. This is my story. This is my ability to be able to uh, tell this story to somebody else that may be thinking about giving up, or maybe thinking about um, this ain't happening fast enough. And I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna quit because life is too hard, or I gotta survive day to day. So I can't do this music thing. Well, the number one thing is this: if you love it and if it's your passion, you'll do it regardless. And that's where I am with it. I'm going to always do it because it's my passion. So whether or not I am making the money with it or not, I'm going to always do it because I love it. So until I have no more breath left, I'm going to do it. So I would hope that yes, that things manifest to I get to that level that that everybody wants to get to, that stardom level or rich whatever. But whatever, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna always do it because I love it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that people love what I do. And I know that there are people out there that do. They appreciate what it is that I do in the music that I'm able to give to them. So so I keep working as much as I can day by day to keep pushing and keep going. To get it out there more and more. And now the team I'm building a team. The team is building with the right people in place, and that's a great thing. That's a wonderful thing. And so things are moving forward now. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed in that regard.
Now, have you ever thought about finding a residency to do your art for as like a singer at casinos? You know how in Vegas they have a lot of individuals who have residencies in different casinos and different lounges. Have you ever thought about doing that? Salute, Sweet Lou.
Of course, of course. I'm currently seeking to find a residency or some residencies. I am working with this guy out of New York uh, that has been speaking to me for the last 3 years about residency. So he's always drilling this in my head, getting a residency in some different places. So I'm working on that now. So if anybody out there that would love to have a phenomenal artist on their team that wants to do a consistent thing with me, like I think I'm doing some things with in and around with you guys on some Sundays. I don't know, maybe so, but yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm definitely seeking to do, to have a consistent home somewhere that so people can see me on a regular basis. Probably has been one of the things that has been, I would say, a negative thing for me, that I haven't been able to be seen as much as I would like to. So I would like to be seen a lot more. I like to do more things, um, being out there more. I've done a lot of things over the past, but they have been private. They've been private functions. I've done so much in the private sector. I performed for, I can tell you, I've done a lot of high end governors, I've done inaugurations, I've done it all on the private side. But publicly, I have not done enough of things. So yes, I would love to have some residencies going on, so people can see me more and I can touch the people more. So I'm willing and I'm open to do more things on the public side, in the public sector. And now that I have a song out now, I'm here. I'm ready to promote this music and to just get out there and do my thing. I'm
Right.
here for it.
Now, you have a song called Clocking My Time. What was the inspiration behind that song?
Mhm.
And did anybody help you write that?
Well, guess what? It don't take. I say this. Well, I'm a woman, right? All woman, right? Nothing against the people that, but I'm all woman. So most women, if you reach a certain age, you have gone through some things,
Mhm.
and I'm not saying that they're bad things, or because sometimes the bad things that you go through help you to become a better woman. They help you
Mhm.
to understand yourself more. It helps help you to understand the opposite sex more. I would hope that it does. So the Clock in My Time song comes from a place of where a woman being a woman being in a place in her life where maybe she's not so serious about being in a relationship. Maybe she's just at that. Well, like we friends, right? We said we made an agreement. We made an agreement that we are just friends, and we just kicking it. So, but now that we're just kicking it, now you're trying to get serious, and I ain't on that right now. I'm just chilling. I'm chilling. So like you got somebody, and but now you're trying to regulate. You're trying to regulate what I do. So basically, I'm saying now don't be clocking my time. Like no. We said we was just chilling, but now you're trying to regulate my time, and now I'm not with it. So you calling me trying to bust my hustle while I'm out with somebody else. So now you calling me trying to disturb what I got going on, and I ain't really trying to feel it. So that's where that song comes from. You know, it's at that stage at that stage in life when maybe you are on that play thing. You know what I'm saying? You at the play stage in life. You know, we all go through it. You know, some people don't want to admit it, but yeah, you know, we've all been through that stage where we're not serious, or maybe we done been hurt and we're not. And once you get hurt, sometimes you be like, nah, I'm not trying to be serious right now. I'm just chilling. So you get what you get. You know. So yeah, that's
right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Clocking My Time by Miss Monique. Let's go.
Checking up on me when you should be checking yourself. The other night you did a drive-by, and you say you didn't see the car. Well, tell me what I want to know. Who the hell you think you really are? Oh yeah, don't be clocking my time. I'm grown, I do what I want to do. Asking me just who I'm giving it to. Don't be clocking my time. I'm grown, I do what I want to do. Don't be on you asking me just who I'm giving it to. Undercover and we're just friends. At least it's what you said back then. And the other chick you the chick you can't tell what to do. I'm lonely and that's a fact. No one can know this act. Take the bill with the I ain't none of yours. So me clocking my time. I'm grown, I do what I wanna do. Asking me just who I'm giving it to, baby. Don't be just what I wanna do. Don't be asking me just who I'm giving it to. Listen, tripping on while you're tripping, stop tripping. Long. You remember what you said. You say, now you wanna go away. Don't be fucking my Changing the plans and none of it all. Making it phone calls, riding down on me, trying to see. I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you.
Yes, yes, that's definitely smooth. But I want to shout out to all those who have been checking in while we've been on. The She Williams, Annie Nerd. Pardon me if I'm butchered your name. It wasn't intentional. Sweet Lewis in the building. Sheila E. Carla Eubanks. Deidre Richardson. Thank y'all for tuning in and checking out the Real of Real 360 with Miss Monique tonight. Thank y'all so much. We greatly appreciate it. Um, that song is so smooth. It's more of a R&B
Right,
type
that's
song.
right.
You know, it's more of a R&B type song, and listening to a lot of your music, it sounds like more of a R&B soul feel. So when you write your music, is you writing it to that point to make that statement that you are actually an R&B or soul artist, not just a Southern soul artist?
I am a soul singer.
Mm,
Let's just put that out there. I sing soul music. So soul and blues, to me, it all just goes together. So when it boils down to it, it's the sounds and the music that really kind of determines what genre they sort of put it in. So, but for me, I just see it as soul music. So, like as far as this song is concerned, this was one of I definitely put it in the R&B soul category, more of the mainstream soul side of things. But I kind of just let people determine whatever they want to determine, wherever they want to put it at. I just let them do that
mm.
because it's just
When you
from
get
me.
a
It's just all soul music. It's just coming from me. So I don't know,
when you get an
because I
idea
have
of
some things that I'm working on now that are more blues.
okay, when you get an idea of the type of song that you
Say
got
that
in your
again.
head, when you have an idea of the type of song that's in your head, do you mostly write the song out before you do the music, or when you hear certain music, you write to the song?
Yeah. Oh, I could do either one. Sometimes I will. Okay. So the best ones for me always come from like a acapella. Like I give a producer a cappella. Like I already have the concept, I already have it already down. I just sing it in my phone or whatever and say, here, can you put some music to this? It just kind of comes to me that way. And I just let them develop the music around it. Or I can write to the track. But when I write to the track, it confines me to the track. But I could do that too. Say, for instance, if I'm going for something, if I'm going for a certain thing, because like I say, okay, I need to get a song like this. So then I'll say, can you send me some tracks like this, sounding like this? And then they'll send me something like that, and then I'll write to it. So that makes me stick to that particular genre, so to speak. Just like right now, I'm writing on the album Soul Sessions Chapter 2, which is going to be more the Southern Soul side, more like where the Mr. Do-Right came from. So that means that it's not going to be more mainstream sound. It's going to be more soul and bluesy sounding. So that means that I've got a whole lot of songs already done already, but some of the things that I'm accepting from producers and or requesting, it'll be songs that are more bluesy now because now I have all of the soulful stuff. So now I'm needing more bluesy stuff because I never really attacked the bluesy. I never really attacked the bluesy things before. So now that's what I'm wanting to do. Attack more of the traditional blues because I do believe that there's a space out there for me in the universe that with more of the blues, the Coco Taylor type of blues that I need to fill in, and so that's what I'm working on now, doing that type of blues. I have something to say over there. I need to talk about, so either or, it doesn't matter. I could do it all. I could do it either way it goes. I just love music so much, so it doesn't really matter. It
As an
doesn't really
artist,
matter how it comes, you know. But yeah, but the most of the time.
Go ahead, y'all.
as an artist, which do you prefer, track or the band?
Definitely a band. Definitely a band. Band allows me to be free. It allows me to be open. It allows me to be loose. It allows me to just be whatever. Like I can just sing. I could just have fun. I don't, it don't stop. Like I could just go to church. Like I love it. So yeah, definitely a band that is a band I love the church. I love guys that are, and I ain't gonna say guys or girls too, like as far as musicians, because there's some bad girls out there.
Mm-hmm.
I love musicians that's from the church, that are gospel musicians. They can improvise so good, like they know how to go with you. They can feel you. I don't have to say nothing. I only got to tell them nothing. They already know where I'm at. Like they is like on me. So like
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Working with those type of musicians that can just ride with you, and that you can give the people a great show, phenomenal show. Yeah. You gotta follow a certain protocol, because you may not have the stage time. You may not have, say you only got 45 minutes or whatever. So you got to keep it tight, but at the same time, it's like in them 45, if you got a band, like you're gonna stick to your script, but at the same time, there's gonna be, you can go there if you need to. Like you can take them, you can you can talk to them, and that's the thing. Like sometimes with a track, you're not able to like really connect with the people the way you want to, because you got that track, and that track might run out on you or whatever, and you got to stick to the script. Oh my God, and it's annoying sometimes. But with a band, man, you can just do what you do, and you don't have to so much worry about being so robotic with it. You can just vibe to it, and sometimes you need to vibe, because I might see somebody out there, I might see somebody in the audience who needs me. They need me to talk to them. They need me to say something to them. They need me, and I need them. And so with a band, they can stop. They can just give me a little bed to talk over, hum over, just whistle over, whatever. I love it. I love the band. To answer your question.
Definitely. When you're performing,
I get excited.
and
I'm
the
sorry. I get
not a
excited
problem,
when you talk about music.
not a problem. When you're performing, the energy of the crowd, how does that like take over you? Like when you see that they're so involved in your music.
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like I never forget my ex partner. He used to always say to me, he say, you get two claps, it's over. Like, it's like, you get
Right.
two claps, it's a wrap. Like you going to church, like that's all you need. It's true. Like all you gotta see is like they really into what you're doing. and it's over. Like you really will give them when you see that they're giving you energy, and not saying that you should have to have that to do your job, because it's your job to put on a great show. It's your job to give the people what they paid for. But by God, when you see that they're really feeling you and what it is that you're doing, oh my God, it's a feeling. It's a feeling unlike anything, and you will give you, man. You am I 200%? Oh no, you multiplying that like for real, like, and it just gonna come naturally because it just takes over because you feel comfortable. Then you feel like they're receiving you. It's nothing. It's no other just to feel appreciated and feel loved and feel like they really hearing you like that, man. It's incredible. It's just like it's like what y'all do when you all know that people are listening to you and they chiming in and they're liking and loving the with your commentary and whatever. It makes you want to give more and do more. It's the same thing with us as artists. It just makes you want to do more. It makes you want to just go all out for them. Really
Definitely. Hey, shout out to Tracy Hackman from Connected Dot. Much love, sister. Make sure you get well. You know what I mean?
That's the question.
Yeah, you did. You definitely answered it. Now, you have a new single called You Can't Add On. If you can't add on, I'm sorry. What was the inspiration behind your latest single?
Yes. Well, the inspiration behind that was for me. For me, it was a no-brainer, but like for other people, it might not be a no-brainer. It's because like I started a song out by saying, fellas, let me share this piece of information with you. When a woman reaches a certain age, there's certain things, you know what I'm saying? And there's certain things she's got to have, you know what I'm saying? It's like playtime is over. Like, I'm sorry. It's like, I really can't be out here like this at this age, just book. I can't do it. Like, I can't. Like, so if you're trying to just waste my time, you're trying to just want to just be here to have your fun, so to speak. Like, no, it's not about to happen like that. You're gonna have to. There's certain things you need to do and certain things I need to have. And it's not all financial. It's not about the financial thing. It is about you adding value to my life because I'm going to add value to yours. So you need to be able to add value to my life. So because we're both at a stage, or maybe you're not, but I am. I'm at that stage that where I feel as though I need someone that's going to be a plus to me. So they have to be able to add something to me, to my life, and not just playtime. Like, it's not. You got to be able to add some value to it. So yeah, so that's where that comes from. Yeah.
All right.
And I think many women would agree with you.
Mm-hmm. Let's get it popping, Kay.
All right. Fellas, let me share this information with you. When one reaches a certain age, certain things have to make sense. Certain things have to add up, right? Listen to the story. Here it goes. You can't add to my life. I'd rather be by myself. If you can't add to my life, I'd rather be by myself. 1 and 1 is 2. 2 and 2 is 4. It don't take an accountant to know I need some more, just like you need good loving. I need things too. Yeah. I'm a good woman. Yes, I am. Romance without finance. I really don't give a damn. Can't add to my I'd rather be by myself. If you can't add to my life, by myself. Time is all I have. This I know for sure. Laying with my heart will get you out the door just like you need good love. Romance without finance, I really don't give a damn. If you can't add to my life, yeah. I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be if you can't add to my life. I'd rather be by myself. Listen. What you don't realize is that I was a hoe right before you even came along. Now I want a man, but I damn sure don't need one. Especially if he ain't gonna be doing the manly things that a man does. So right about now, you gonna have to put up or shut up or get drunk. I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be. Yeah, I'd rather be by myself. Yeah. Get on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Man, hey.
Hey, I'm getting texts where individuals are asking for an acapella. Individuals are asking for an acapella. They want to hear Miss
If you
Monique
can't
sing it
add
out.
to my life,
There we go. There we go. There we
one and one
go.
is two. Two and two is four. It don't need some more than like you need good loving. Ooh, I need things too. Yes, I do. Oh, I'm a little woman. Yes, I am. Romance without finance. I really don't give a damn if you can't add to my life. Yeah. I'd rather
Ladies and
be by
gentlemen,
myself. Oh,
y'all hear it right
I would
there.
be if you can't add to my life. Yeah. I'd rather be by myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get
Yes, yes.
on, get on. Oh. Yes,
Well,
y'all. If you can't add, a sister rather just
Miss Monique, I know we running short on time, but I wanted to ask you, your first album. So what's the title? Because you said you'd be doing a part 2 to it.
yes. Well, the next album is going to be called Soul Sessions Chapter 2. Just plain and
Okay.
simple.
When was your first album
Part 2.
released? When was your
Soul
first album
Sessions
released?
Chapter 2. So yeah. The first album was 2005. So it's time. Yeah. Then the second one was She Motions. She Motions came with Love's on Lock and One Magic Moment. Y'all gotta go get it. It's on all digital platforms. You all have to go and get this music because I'm telling you right now, I have some songs that really talks to the ladies, man. They really do, and talk to the fellas too. But it really does talk to the ladies about some things because I don't just always bash guys. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for to tell the honest truth about life and about love. I'm learning too, just like everybody else is, And I always want to be fair about things and give the perspective of women. I represent the women that's got a little age on them. I'm not embarrassed about my age. Hey, look. So we once we know better, we do better. So that's what I'm trying to impart to women. Like sometimes we gotta understand too. Sometimes it be us. So yeah. So I talk about that in my music too as well. Start trying to do better with things. And sometimes you can attract better when you start doing better your own stuff. So yeah, but go cop that. Go copy it. You can go to Soul Diva Miss Monique at bandcamp.com, or you can go to Apple, on Facebook, on Instagram. I'll make sure that I'll pin all that information up in the description. It should be up there already, but I'll do that so you guys can go and get that music. But you definitely need to get the music, because so I can show up. I can start showing up on the radar, and that way I can be able to bring y'all more music. Because right about now, at this point, you know, we're not being counted the way that we should be. So we got to start showing up. So y'all, please click like, even with this platform, even with Real to Real, click like, click share, click love, click share. You know, so we can start showing up in these algorithms, and so more people can know about these things, to bring awareness to the genre of music as a whole. You know, these people are out here doing what they do just because they love it, because it needs to be out here more. The world needs to know more about this market, this Southern Soul.
Right. So right now, I'm sorry, we got to get ready to get up out of here. Hour done went by that quick. Like, the music is phenomenal. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for rescheduling, because we definitely had wanted to get this show.
I appreciate it. Yes.
And
Yes.
appreciate it. Yes. Hey, big bro, you know what time it is, man.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Miss Monique, for coming on to the Real 360 show. You don't have a home away from home. You have a home right here. So if any time that we can do anything for you, please don't hesitate to call on us so we can help you get it done. When you're ready to shoot you and drop that album, give us a call. We want to bring you back on. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank y'all so much.
And it's been it's been great, but we got to get out of here. Some more things to be done. So just like last year, we are out of here. We want to say peace and blessings to everybody. Yo, get well. Take care, Tracy and everybody. Let's go. We are out of here. Peace.
We're out of here. Peace.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, we starting to come to the end of the show. Right now, I want to take the time out and thank our guests for coming on. Also, too, we want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing, and tell a friend and keep sharing, because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. You know what I mean? So, DJ K-Wise, my brother, take us up out of here, son. Peace.
I want to give a big shout out to the nation of guards and nurses. To all the human families on the planet Earth, I say peace. But to our subscribers, those who continue to watch and listen to the show each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love, peace, and happiness to you. To peace, the man, woman, and child of the universe. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the Real 360. Bring a friend to hit that like and subscribe, so we continue to grow, to bring more knowledge and wisdom to you. Upon our show, you make it possible for us to do what we do. Now